Hello, this is Sue from Ully Cat's World blog. This is my first production video that I've done for Craft Roulette. This is for episode 192, and the parameters were a thank you card. So we've got our thank you there in the shaker. Roadside colors, roadside market, I should say, colors, and I chose to do a flower stand. So you've got the pinks and the greens and the oranges and a few little blue. And the element was yard, so you can see there's a fence, as well as the accordion, which kind of forms a fence, and fences frame in yards. So that's my yard element. And then the last one is confetti. So I don't know if you can see some of the pretty confetti. This shaker is probably the best shaker I've ever made. I tried some of the This Calls for Confetti products, and I have some still photographs that I'll show you of how I put together this shaker using those products. I'm using still photographs to show you how I made my shaker element. First, I taped two dies together, the main accordion frame along with a smaller decorative die that would fit inside to create a frame. And the smaller frame is what I've cut out and used as the layers to build up my shaker element. So I cut the main accordion frame from 100-pound blue cardstock, and the pattern pink is a very thin paper, decorative paper. In this picture, I've got the main accordion frame, and then I cut 4 of the smaller frames out of the blue, and then 2 of the decorative pinks. So to assemble it, I also cut 2 squares of clear acetate, which then I adhered to one of the loose small blue frames using an 1/8-inch wide score tape. And then over the decorative plastic, I adhered the pink frame also using the double-sided score tape. Then I glued the second blue frame onto the other blue frame, and then from there I glued the blue frames onto the main small blue frame. So I've got 1/2 of my shaker element there. And actually, before I glued that on, I did trim the square of acetate down to fit the curvy decorative frame. I built up the other side of the shaker element in the same manner. Before I put in any of the sequins or things, I used anti-static tool. It's no secret. It's kind of like a wand that our makeup eyeshadow kind of brush that you take and put the powder all over the inside of your shaker element. It does create a little bit of a hazy film, but once you add all of your sequins and things, it actually seal up the shaker piece. The elements, when they move around, they do kind of uncloud the plastic, but it works really well. I didn't have any sequins with that static cling all over the place. I also used on the outside, after I assembled it, I used my Cat Scrappiness anti-static brush over the outside as well, just trying to get off some little flakes and things that had gotten in there. And so that's how I made the shaker element. This also, I'd like to say this one is the Heartfelt thank you card, because it's got all these wonderful hearts that pivot and pop up, and all the dies used in this card were Karen Berniston's. And here's what the back side looks like. This heart pivot die is a little sneak peek of Karen's newest release. This is where you could write a personal message, as well as these green panels. But this card probably would have to be hand delivered. It definitely is a display card. And I thank you for watching my first ever process video. Bye.